Good morning, children. Welcome back to Mahila Samaja online classes. This is the continuation class of Nature of Matter, session number 3. Children, the first concept is mass. To know more about mass, let us start with an activity. Yes. Wherever we will go to outside to buy the groceries, most of them measure in kgs, right? Let us start the activity. Measure the weight of an object, that is different objects, using physical balance in your school with your friends and note down the weight. Take for example 5 kgs of rice. So if you want to buy the rice, you say I want 5 kgs of rice or 10 kgs of rice. Correct, children? Yes. Now the meaning of mass. Mass is the total quantity of matter cohering together to make an object or a substance. So what do you mean by matter, children? Matter is any substance that occupies space or weight. Correct? And what do you mean by cohering? Cohering means existing one another or sticking to one another. So once again I will repeat. Mass is the total quantity of matter cohering together to make an object or a substance. The mass is measured in terms of weight. The mass is measured in terms of weight. The SI unit of mass is kilogram. The SI unit of mass is kilogram, that is kg. Okay. So what do you mean by SI? The full form of SI is International System of Units. Okay. Hence, they have given conversion values of the different weights. Okay, I will read one by one. Concentrate. Okay. 1000 milligrams is equal to 1 gram. mg means milligram. Okay. 1000 grams is equal to 1 kilogram. 1 kg. Okay. Next is 100 kg is equal to 1 quintal. Okay, children. At last, 1000 kilogram is equal to 1 ton. This is about the mass. Okay. Children, now we will be talking about density. It is generally said that the cotton is light and iron is heavy. Why? Cotton is easier to lift, so we can say that it is lighter, and iron is more difficult to lift, so we can say that it is heavier. Okay, children, and also the size of cotton is bigger compared to the size of iron. When two objects of same size are measured, one may weigh more and other may weigh less. Generally, we say that the density of less weighing objects will be less and the density of more weighing objects will be more. Let us know more about density. Let us discuss about the activity. See, observe the glass jar. Pour a cup of water and a cup of oil into a glass jar. They won't mix together and we will be seen separately. Why? Children, observe the glass jar. The top of the glass jar is oil and the bottom of the glass jar is water. Okay? Oil molecules and the water molecules are of different polar nature. Do not mix with each other. The molecule do not have affinity. Okay? You will study more about in the higher classes. Okay, children? Now let us discuss about the meaning of density. Density is the amount of mass contained in a unit area. Unit volume. Once again I will repeat. Density is the amount of mass contained in a unit volume. Generally, density of the solid is more than that of the liquid, and the density of liquid is more than that of the gas. The mass of an object in 1 cubic meter of its volume is called as density. The SI unit of density is kilogram per meter cube or kilogram per cubic meter. Okay, see some of the examples. Less density: oil, cotton, feather of birds. High density: water, iron, bones. These are all the examples of density. Children, let us understand the concept of pressure. Activity: take a tumbler containing water. Place a blade horizontally, it floats. Place the same blade perpendicular to the surface of the water. See what happens. Observe the pictures given below. The first diagram, the entire surface of the blade occupies the space. It is pushed by the water. But in the second diagram, vertically only the small region or which is pushed by the water. Even though both of the mass of blade is same, it floats in the first case but it sinks in the second case. When the blade is placed horizontally, its mass is distributed over a wide area. Therefore, mass per unit area is less and hence it floats. When the blade is kept perpendicular to the water surface, it sinks since the mass is distributed over a smaller area. Therefore, the consequence, what do you mean by consequence? Result depends upon mass per unit area is called as pressure. Pressure is the force exerted on a unit area. Pressure is the force exerted on a unit area. Children, one more activity. It is also related to pressure. Immerse a stone gently into a glass beaker containing water. So what you have noticed? Observe the first image. Stone sinks in the water, correct? Immerse a wooden plank into the other beaker containing water. So in this, what you have noticed? Wooden plank floats on water. Correct, children? When an object is immersed in water, it exerts a downward force on water, and the water exerts an upward force on the objects. If the upward force exerted on the object is more than that of the downward force, then the object float. This upward force exerted is called as buoyancy. What do you call that? Buoyancy. Okay. Children, observe here some objects that float in water and some objects that sink in water. Objects that float in water. Example, a dried leaf, wooden plank, straw. These are all the examples of objects that float in water. Objects that sink in water. Coin, marble, stone, etc. These are all the examples of objects that sink in water. Okay children, one more activity. Observe carefully. Fill water in 2 glass jars as shown in the figure. Now pour sugar to one jar and charcoal powder into another jar and stir it. Okay, observe the pictures carefully. Did the sugar and charcoal powder dissolve in water? We have to decide, we have to discuss whether it is dissolved or not. Okay. Sugar dissolves in water, but charcoal does not dissolve in water. Okay children. Some objects dissolve in water is called as solubility. Some objects do not dissolve in water. Okay children. Children, observe the below given table. Soluble objects in water, insoluble objects in water. The first table is soluble objects in water. Example: salt, sugar, sugar candy, milk. These are all the examples of soluble objects in water. Sand, kerosene, oil, turmeric powder. These are all the examples of insoluble objects in water. Children, based on the arrangement of particles, matter is identified in 3 physical states, namely solids, liquids and gases. Apart from this, matter can be classified as elements, compounds and mixtures. You will learn about these classifications in the next lesson. By this, we have completed this chapter. So note down the home assignment. Answer the following questions. First question, what is mass? Second question, write the SI unit of mass. Third question, list out the objects with less and high density. Fourth question, give the examples for soluble objects in water. Thank you. We will join in the next class.